Since the first television began to illuminate our homes with dancing colors and flickering lights, we have watched, absorbing, studying, imitating. We are the Channel Changelings, and we are here.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to, Channel Changelings here on Rhonda Shear's Up All Night Network.
Yes?
Yeah, yes. I'm still getting used to the name Channel Changelings because I'm used to running my channel. So now I'm helping out with Rhonda over here. So I gotta get the introductions just right so I don't say my name. But yes, welcome to Channel Changelings here live on Rhonda Shear's Up All Night Network. With me today is RJ City from AEW and Darcy, the Bell Girl from the last drive-in, and Dan Hollofield, my good friend there. So how you guys all doing today?
Doing good.
Nobody ever answered all once. I mean,
I guess I'm okay. I don't know how I'm doing anymore. I guess. That's not how you start. I know it's new, but you got to start off with a little
bang.
A little bang. Yes.
Need I remind you, I'm the guest here.
Yes, you're the guest. Well, RJ, now that you are the guest here, what's it like working with AEW and doing Hey Ooh and all that thing?
Hey Ooh?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, ooh.
I didn't mean to say that. That's my bad.
AEW.
Apologize. AEW. Sorry.
Greg, you're on what we call a hot streak.
Yeah, I'm on a streak of downers as well.
Yeah. But hey, I will say, so far you're consistent.
Yes, consistently bad.
Exactly.
So it's better than to be consistently nothing.
Yeah. You don't want to be all over the map.
Exactly.
Pick the worst place and stay there. And
Exactly.
I think you're doing a fantastic job.
That is the whole thing.
Yeah,
It works well for me.
that's a really broad question, Greg. What is it like working?
What's it like? Okay, here's a better thing. What's your favorite interview you've done on there?
My favorite, it's hard to pick. Changes every week. We've now done, I think, 125 interviews.
Wow.
So and a lot of times I go, we did that many, and I go, oh, we did this person. I sometimes like the interviews that people did not necessarily, back when it first started and people didn't realize what it was.
Right.
So I always say Arn Anderson, and I always say Jim Ross, because I don't think either of them realized until about halfway through. They're not stupid. It's just that I had glasses on and pretended to be legitimate. Jim Ross is maybe my favorite because he revealed he had heat with Danny DeVito.
Nice.
That was like, I always like, it's a joy to ask the stupid question, but get a crazier answer.
Yeah.
You know, that's a beautiful thing to me. Taz was certainly wonderful. Julia Hart was bizarre. And I just had the Costco guys. So at this point, I'm taking anybody.
Yeah,
I saw that. I saw the Costco guys one just recently.
It's 13 minutes of me getting a whole family to try to not say boom.
You did not win that.
I lost. I thought I would stop them. I thought they'll just save it for the end. Surely they have a sense of showmanship.
Yeah.
But when you take a TikTok family and you put them in a long form interview, they think they have to say boom every 5 seconds.
Well, we're here to bring the boom today. So.
No, we're not, Greg. We're not bringing any kind of boom. We're bringing introspection. We're bringing a sense of culture and ingenue.
Yeah.
Oh, are we? I think
I'm very multicultural.
Yes. Darcy has your morning sunglasses on. Is that safe to say?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not in my underwear as you normally are. So.
Sunday mornings, I'm also in my underwear. Yeah, you know that, and it's good.
What color today?
What? Oh, a mint green.
Ooh.
Yeah, real nice stuff.
Yeah.
Me being in my underwear every Sunday morning sounds sexual, but it's really just a hook. And then you start talking about, I don't know, the Bosnian War or something.
Blowing up good sounds. I remember that one.
Yes, and I'm like a sort of a meet the press for a new generation.
There you go.
That's
sounds
often
good.
how I think of you.
Yes, thank you. David in the thing said, I think my favorite Hey interview is Taz or the Roderick Strong Marina Shafir episode, where I got slapped by their child.
Yeah,
Yep.
I remember.
Nice.
But Hey W has a lot of, this is going to sound horrible, a lot of child abuse, but it's children abusing me.
It's the reversal.
It's
of
better that
child
way.
abuse.
Yeah.
Right.
There you go. There you go.
I'm a victim of child abuse as an adult. Every
That's all-
child on the show has been wretched to me.
Yeah, the ones I've seen.
That's-
Yeah.
RJ, I got a question for you. Other than coffee, do you ever plan on making bacon in your underwear?
I don't eat more red meat. It's bad for my skin.
Yeah, but it's going to be extreme. Gotta
It
be-
would be extreme. Sometimes you get a splatter in the right place and it works for you.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And then
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
already greased up. What else are you going to do while you're digesting?
Nothing
yeah.
like living on the edge.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
gotta try it once in a while.
Right.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I haven't made bacon in a while. I like the burnt. I just like the taste of burnt anything, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Kudos to Darcy for being up this early.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not an achievement.
Man.
I'm up and out of bed. So exactly.
Thank
And-
you for my kudos.
Exactly. So, here's some good questions for both of you guys. What is it that really got you into wrestling in general from like all around?
I don't remember not being into it. It was this and the Muppet Show, and there's no way to become a Muppet.
It's true.
There's no Muppet school. You try to learn about them, and you're like, I don't want to be Frank Oz. I don't want to be the guy under the floor with my hand in the air. But wrestling, you can just be a wrestler.
Right.
So that seems a little more sensical to me.
It makes sense. I mean,
Yeah.
it makes sense.
When I was a kid, I liked how stupid it is. And as an adult, I hate how stupid it is.
I just buy in fully. I never thought it was stupid, and I still fully buy into it now.
Yeah.
It's real to me. Damn it.
Yes. Yes.
What
that-
territory did you grow up with, RJ?
I'm in Toronto, so very Maple Leaf Wrestling WWF territory, and then we really got screwed on WCW. We would get like 1 hour. We would get the Power Hour once a week,
Oh wow, okay.
and I have to
man.
sit through Big Josh and go, "Why does anyone like WCW?"
Yeah.
We also got barely any ECW. It was only in magazines. You're like, "This is,
Yep.
what is going on here?"
Yeah.
So, but yeah, a hefty dose of Maple Leaf Wrestling.
Nice. Nice.
What about you, Darcy?
Oh, I just watched like the national broadcast in South Carolina, but it was like, USA Network and shit like that.
Yeah.
I grew up on Jim Crockett Crockett Promotions. So in 1983, so I got to see Piper as a babyface and then transition to WWF and be the Piper that we grew and loved. So
Yeah.
sorry about my dogs, y'all.
It's okay.
It's
You have
okay,
dogs.
they're
It's okay.
dogs,
They
yeah.
sound very far away.
There's 7 of them. I've been rescuing them because Asheville got wiped out by the hurricane. So we're that's where I live, is in Asheville, North Carolina. So basically, I've been taking in dogs ever since then. I started with 2, and since then, now I've got 7.
Watch this segue. And we're coming to Asheville, AEW, January 1st for
there.
Fight for the Fallen. And it's going to benefit the whole
Yep.
the flood thing. And it's the first Dynamite that's also streaming on Max.
Now, see, that's how you host a show.
Yeah.
See?
Right.
Take notes, Greg.
It's like
It's
Are
like,
any
yeah.
of you taking notes?
Yes.
What are
Hold
you
on,
guys
let me
gonna
write
do
that
next
down.
week?
Yeah, I'll take notes.
No, and Tony Khan has branded it the mother of all simulcasts, which is just amazing to me. And I don't know any simulcast that's comparable to it. Maybe a Thanksgiving parade or something,
Yeah. Here's a good question for you guys. With AEW right now, who are like some of your favorites? Like your ones that you're really into right now that you just is like really awesome.
MJF, say it.
Go ahead, Dorothy. Go ahead.
I hate picking favorites because then I feel bad about other people.
Who do you feel's on the hot streak right now? Then
I mean, who's on a hot? I mean, Osprey, right?
yes.
No, I would say he's not on a hot streak. He lost to Kyle. Kyle Fletcher's on the hotter streak than him.
Okay, you know what? That's,
Technically, yeah.
that's fair, but how long are we looking? You know what I mean? Like
Right.
he's kind of the face right now. You know?
I would say there's two faces of AEW right
Okay.
now. They are Turbo Floyd and Truth Magnum.
Okay. I will take that.
Something
Okay.
happens when they come out. They get their own specific pop. And you're like, oh, wow. All right. And I would also say Beast Mortos.
Really?
Yes. There's something where, like, has not had the best win-loss record.
Yes,
but
exactly.
People have not given up hope.
I have not given up hope, but yes, I'm tired of it.
Yes. I would also say, certainly, Mariah May seems to be cutting the heads off of everybody in the women's division. But then you also have some nutcases like Harley Cameron.
True.
Yeah.
Yes. And, you know, Mina's here, which is delightful. Everyone seems to love Mina. I think Willow's going for the cup. Willow's back. Things are happening.
Yeah.
You know?
She had a great transitional character. Willow did. So
of happy person to happy person.
Yeah.
She's like the most gleeful person in wrestling.
This less gleeful now.
Yeah. This guy here said we need Nitro girls for AEW, darn it.
Yeah.
And I completely agree. And we need a mascot.
Yeah. What would the mascot be? What would you guys have the mascot be?
Bobby Elite, and he would just be a giant A.
Just big old A coming out, dancing with the ladies.
Absolutely.
I feel like that needs to happen.
That would be. I think that would be great to see, because that would be hilarious. Them just like dancing around a giant A.
Can't beat that.
That would be great. So where do you guys see AEW going in the future? As a company.
Well, I will say I think being on Max opens up a lot.
Yeah.
I think it's great that we're on Max and also still on TBS and TNT at the same time. I hope there's more things like, I guess I'll plug myself again, Meal and a Match, which I've been doing with Renee on the TBS YouTube. Hopefully we can knock off Jason Biggs and the reboot of Dinner and a Movie. I think we do a much better job. I think he's a waste of space and he needs to go. Wow. And I have no problem telling him to his face.
Throwing down the gauntlet to the pie fucker.
Wow. I also think we need to do a 1-week takeover of Turner Classic Movies.
Oh, that'd be cool.
We got very close. They used to have a show called TCM Underground that we were going to do a wrestling episode for, that it got canceled, which tells you how popular my niches are. But no, Ben Mankiewicz is fantastic. He's done AEW stuff before, and I think we need a week of wrestling movies on TCM.
That'd be great. I just watched not too long ago. Speaking of wrestling movies, Body Slam with Rowdy Piper.
Yes.
Rock and Wrestling. That was a great movie.
Is that also with Charles Nelson Riley?
I think so. Yeah, I think.
And Lou Albano is in it.
Lou Albano's in it. Rikishi's brother, his twin brother,
playing Tonga Kid.
Yeah, Tonga Kid. I was trying to remember. The guy from A-Team is in it. Face. He plays the lead.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me recommend some other wrestling movies, because I feel like this is probably a cinephile audience.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
I will recommend All the Marbles from 1986. Robert Aldrich's last film did Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. Peter Falk manages a women's tag team.
Nice.
Should be all I need to say.
That sounds like a winner.
Yes.
We're big Ready to Rumble fans here.
Awful.
Come on, we love that.
Darcy likes it.
A wretched.
Thinking on David.
Can we swear here? We can swear.
Yes.
Yeah, you can swear.
Okay, we have a show business term for that. An old show business term. A flaming fucking piece of shit. I think it's safe to call that.
It's so not safe.
There is no. I have no curiosity in my mind why Oliver Platt never talks about it or appears at any of these signings. Scott Kahn too. David seems to be the only schmuck who shows up and says, "Hey, I remember this."
It's so good. What? What don't you like about it?
So much.
It was literally the first DVD I ever bought.
So fun.
It was one of mine too.
It's because it was on sale at a flea market. It's literally why I bought it.
I will say, Jimmy the King's parents in it, Oliver Platt's parents.
Oh yeah.
Are played by David's father,
Mhm.
Louis Arquette, and Kathleen Freeman, who was in a lot of Jerry Lewis movies. Yeah. So,
thanks for that.
No,
yeah.
no-
So I
no-
hope you guys are
Well, you
also
don't love
writing that
classic-
down.
You don't like the classic Shakespearean lines of "want to see crabs up close" and stuff like you.
Like, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? What are we doing as a
I will
society?
rule you.
Awful.
So good. So
Look,
good.
let me recommend another one. 1978's The One and Only.
There you go.
I don't think I've
Henry
seen it.
Winkler is an out-of-work actor who decides to become a wrestler.
Shut
I heard
up.
about that one.
I
Yeah.
have not seen
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, Darcy, what are you doing with your fucking life? You're sitting with you're doing drive-in. You don't even know this great film.
I need slashing, But I'll go back and watch Henry Winkler. That's fine.
It has an uncredited Roddy Piper in it.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Oh, you are giving us knowledge. Thank you.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
What? No love for No Holds Barred or the Hogan movie?
Also hate No Holds Barred.
What about Kids with Muscles?
Santa with
Yeah.
Muscles? What?
Yeah. Santa with muscles.
It's Garrett Morris.
Oh my God. What does that do with your life?
What about, and I just talked about this yesterday because I have a lot going on. David Johansen's turn in Mr. Nanny as the guy with the plate in his head.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's some real
Yeah.
high level business we got going on there.
Yeah.
Another, I don't know if it's a good movie, but it's watchable, is the original The Wrestler with Vern Gagne and Ed Asner.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, fascinating stuff.
I feel
Yeah.
like it's too classy for us. We want butt smelling slushy.
Well, okay, it's not high art. It's
I
got
feel like
Vern Gagne in it. I'm sure he didn't smell great.
Probably not.
And, let me recommend another one. This is good. Paradise Alley.
Oh, I think I've heard of that one. Yeah.
Yes.
Stallone.
So Stallone,
Yeah.
originally, the first movie he ever wrote was this, and it's about wrestling, two brothers, and he wrestled under the name Kid Salami. Is that enough schlock for you, Darcy?
Yeah.
Is that movie enough for you?
salami.
And then he took it to, studios and producers, and everyone was like, we're not too crazy about this wrestling shit. So he said, okay, I'll write a boxing movie.
Which one of those Stallone movies was Ted DiBiase in? Because he was in one of them.
Are you thinking
It's-
Big John Studd?
No, I could have sworn Ted DiBiase was, maybe it's Night something.
Let me look this up.
Yeah, because it was like right before he became a WWF guy. He was like in a
Ooh.
Stallone movie.
Oh, I think he was in Paradise Alley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I think I knew that one.
Good for you.
Yeah, Terry Funk is in it too. Terry
Yeah.
Funk is also in a very good episode of Quantum Leap.
Yes, I've seen that one.
And he's
Yeah.
great in Roadhouse.
Also
Yeah.
great in Roadhouse. Yeah, he's not bad in a lot.
No,
No.
it's Terry Funk.
Yeah. Yes. Guy Vizard said, now I'm just picturing Peter Falk as a wrestling promoter.
Yeah,
It's so the movie's so good.
yeah. Just
All
one
the
more
women-
thing.
Yes. All the women were trained by Mildred Burke in the movie, and they had to wrestle a full match for their audition.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I know.
Sounds like a fun time.
Yeah. And then
Who
they
would
were
you
gonna
say
do it-
is the best pro wrestler turned actor?
It's hard to not say Batista right now.
I know.
Yeah,
Mhm.
That's
it's hard
a
not to
real.
say.
Yeah, it's like, and also did it, I would say, the right way of slow burning and, choosing perhaps smaller roles instead of the big easy stuff.
Yeah.
And James Gunn knew exactly how to use him as Drax. You can
Yes.
tell, like.
Yes. Trying to think who else was a good actor. Not many.
Yeah.
Roddy Piper was very good.
He's
They
good
live.
and They Live. They Live is awesome.
Yeah,
Hell comes to Frogtown.
I love
Yes.
that movie too. I love that one.
that was something
Just
else.
knocking out chicks left and right all through the movie.
We're still calling them chicks.
uh,
And
I'm,
Can I get a memo?
I'm
here?
old.
Okay. Do you have a main squeeze? Is that what we're calling them too?
The
No.
old lady. My old lady.
Yeah. Excellent.
Uh,
Yeah, see, Mama Cat said I forgot Terror Funk was in Roadhouse. There's a lot of people. I'm trying to think who else is a good.
Batista does have range.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, have you guys seen a little movie called Terrifier 3?
I've only seen the opening scene, but I can't think of who's in it.
The jaw rip?
Yeah.
I've not seen it yet.
Does acting get better than that? I don't think so. Just saying.
Yes.
Put it out there.
Yes. Also great in MacGruber.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I forgot
That's
about that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, here you go. This is right up Darcy's alley. Santa's Sleigh with Goldberg.
Oh,
Yep.
what am I doing not mentioning that? That's the winner. Thank you. Thank you.
And
Wake me up at 9 a.m.
and Fran Drescher.
Yes.
Drescher.
Right?
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Very good cameo. She's kind of a bitch.
Yeah. So that's a skill of mine is knowing what movies Fran Drescher's in.
Beautician and the
I can't
Beast.
tell you off the top of my head, but if you tell me the movie, then I will be able to tell you whether she's in it or not.
There
We
you
need
go.
to make
there
that
you
a show on here for us.
Right.
Yeah, guess the movie just by the name of the celebrity.
So what does go on here?
Whatever. This is basically conversation.
Yeah,
was-
just
This is their first one, right?
Yeah, this is the first one.
Oh, so I'm really setting the pace.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
setting the bar really high right now.
Yes.
Listen for the first one. You were
and Greg came in so solid, and you followed it up.
Right.
Great. We're good to go.
Yeah. Really,
Yeah,
really a crap
yeah.
team here. Seek the Visceral said, and the winner is Sting in an episode of Walker, Texas Ranger.
Yeah.
Sting was in a few things. And there was a few, and of course, Chuck Norris was like, I can do this wrestling stuff. I can throw a kick, and kick the shit out of Jeff Jarrett once. What's better than that?
Exactly. What's
Exactly.
better?
Jeff
than that?
Jarrett, who was
Yeah.
also in Spring Breakers.
Was he? I didn't
Yeah.
even know that.
Yeah.
I never put that together either.
It's weird when you think about all like
so much today.
Yeah.
I thought RJ should be hosting. Greg,
Thanks, Dan. Thanks, Dan.
He was also in, now I have to look this movie up. I want to say it's called Life with Mikey.
Oh yeah, with Michael J. Fox.
Yes. And
Yeah.
Nathan Lane.
Yeah.
And they go to a wrestling show, and it's Jeff Jarrett versus Jerry Lawler, and Michael J. Fox is watching it.
I mean, you're forgetting about one of the greatest wrestling cameos of all times
Please.
in Highlander. The beginning of Highlander, the Freebirds.
Oh yeah.
Is that not the most beautifully filmed wrestling ever?
Right? It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Because they've restored it. They put it out in like 8K now or some shit. And you're like, why
Yeah.
can't wrestling look like this all the time?
Yep.
I will also be remiss if I did not mention Lou Albano and the one-man gang in the John Ritter film Stay Tuned.
Oh yeah, where they change the channels and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
I
also
forgot
on
about that.
Super Mario Brothers Super Show.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yes,
Classic.
yep,
of
yep.
course. Lou Albano, it was also in a movie called Wise Guys
Mm-hmm.
with Joe Piscopo and Danny DeVito. It was very
Yeah.
funny. And it's Piscopo. He's clearly started to do steroids, but it hasn't fully taken hold.
Hmm.
You know, when he was
Not
like,
full dead
When he got
heat
real
yet.
ripped, he's like,
yeah. What if we stop being funny? You know what people want to see out of me? Muscles, he
Yeah.
said. Yeah.
My mother hit me once, Johnny. Once.
People want to see my muscles and watch me play the drums.
Hey, it was Joe Piscopo. What
It
can
was-
you say?
Hey, it was Joe Piscopo.
Hey, it led to dead heat though.
Oh, Dead Heat's awesome.
So
I
it
like
can't be
Dead
all
Heat.
bad.
Well,
Yeah, Dead Heat's a great movie.
Do any of you have anything written down?
No, this is like, well, Dan does. He's got all the notes. He's the notes guy.
I didn't even know
Half
what
a page.
the fuck it
Yeah, I'd have a page, but I write in shorthand.
was.
I was going to ask RJ, how'd you get into like the commentary and pre-shows? Like, how did that actually happen?
The pandemic hit, and then I quickly got paid a lot more money to not wrestle. And I went, perhaps there's
Yeah.
something here. Less pain, more money. This seems not that bad. And I did stuff for WWE for like a year and a half. I did the watch-alongs. I had like a segment on the bump every week. I did a comedy special in between WrestleMania nights called WrestleMania After Dark, which is still on Peacock, and then I guess it'll be shuttered off. I don't know how this works.
Yeah, how's that all going to happen?
I don't know. Look, I don't get paid for it anymore. So it's on YouTube. You can click around. They've definitely, I don't want to say too much because they've clearly forgotten it's there.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, they made a bunch of cuts, as that company often does. And then Tony Khan messaged me and he was like, "You're not with them anymore?" I said, "No." He's like, do you want to come here and do all the things you actually wanted to do?"
Aw.
And I said, "Yeah." So AEW was his idea. He didn't name it. Only I could name a show like that.
Yeah, it's better than Hey Ooh.
Don't you mean Hey Ooh?
Yes, I do. Sorry. And yeah, he's completely responsible for unleashing me on this roster. And then, of course, I was doing that, and then Renee came into the mix, and I've known Renee. She's from Toronto. Little before my time. She was already off and gone.
Yeah.
And but then we had an inexplicable chemistry because we also don't like each other. So this is difficult to explain. And then it worked, and then we started doing 0 Hour and all these other things.
Well, Milling a Match is awesome. Did that macaroni salad sit well with you that Darby Allin brought?
So Renee threw up 3 times the next day. Darby Allin brought gas station sushi and macaroni salad, and not only was it bad on the surface, but what we didn't account for is that it takes us a couple hours to film. The shit doesn't sit well under the lights.
Oh man.
So it got progressively worse as it went on.
Sounds like a good time all around.
Yeah.
Darcy, Dave wants to know how you met Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
I know what you're doing, Dave.
I once sang to Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
About it. I
Did
think
you?
I got a little bit in trouble for saying where I knew him from. So,
well, I know Hacksaw Jim Duggan from wrestling. There was a video on YouTube of me singing to him the theme from the Golden Girls in the ring.
Shut up.
Yeah. So
we're all going to be on YouTube after this, checking all these clips
Right.
out.
Yeah.
Who was the first wrestler that you met, Darcy?
I think it was him.
Okay.
'Cause I was
Is that the same? RJ, what about you?
The first wrestler I ever met?
Yeah, where you actually sat down and had a conversation with him? Or...
Oh, a guy in Maryland named John Rambo, who looked very much like Rambo, and that's I assume how he would have gotten the name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just telling Dan the other day that I think my brother pissed off John Moxley down in Cincinnati.
Why? What happened?
Him and my nephew were walking the streets because we live near Cincinnati, so they were walking.
That
down
was
there.
your first mistake.
Yeah, and so John Moxley's walking beside him with the shirt off, just walking down the street. And my nephew, who's real big in wrestling, is like, Dad. And he looked at him. My brother looked at him and said, "Holy shit, it's Dean Ambrose." He said he gave him a look like he was going to kill him. And my nephew like punched him and said, "Let's get the hell out of here."
Well, your dad named him.
Yeah.
Exactly. I told him, I was like, "Are you an idiot? Why would you say that?"
Yeah. I mean, look, obviously, especially on TV, he's usually angry, period.
I know. It's like, how could you tell, really?
Yeah.
But
he looks exactly like a family member of mine, which is crazy. Every time I see Moxley, I see my family, and I'm just like, oh, wow, okay. So it's always confusing to me. But other question I wanted to ask Darcy, what made you a big fan of AEW?
Oh, gosh. Basically, so I loved wrestling growing up. When I worked with China, getting to know her kind of soured me on other companies. No. Because she told me stories of like behind the scenes and stuff. So I'm like, I feel bad supporting this as much as I did. So I kind of less. But then when AEW came around, it was kind of like a new chance to like love it again and be pure and just like it be fun and not have all this baggage attached to it. So I just wanted to support it from the beginning. And then it's just, it's just fun. It's growing. It's something new, different, alternative versus all the
what's been established. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like AEW is kind of a spiritual successor to WCW and a little bit of the ECW, but it also brings so much from the New Japan styles and everything from over there. You basically cater to every wrestling fan that's there. Because, you know, you got your Sting for the old school like me and everything. Because I like a little slower paced matches at time. But then I see someone like Will Ospreay, my mind just gets blown, you know, how good he really is. And then, of course, I love me some MJF. So,
yes, I did it. Oh my God. You've been talking about MJF since I left.
I'm going to throw it in all the time because MJF, he's that dude.
What is it so special about MJF there? Dan?
He keeps kayfabe. I mean, that guy hardly ever breaks character on anything he does. And he
Gee, I wonder why.
Maybe he's just an asshole, Dan. You ever thought about that?
Well, see, I was telling Darcy before we started, like, I love Chuck Taylor after I saw him scare that little kid on that wrestling clip where the kid turns around and he just jumps at him. That little kid runs off crying. I've been a fan of Chuck Taylor since then. I gravitate to
You just hate children is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Those assholes.
Yeah. Basically.
Maybe AEW is a place where people can be who they truly are.
That's what I do like about AEW.
Yeah.
WWE, I don't want to talk bad about WWE, but you know, I don't really care. I'll never work for that company. So basically WWE is just two formula. It's formula, same match. I can tell when the high spots are coming. You can basically predict the ending, but that's not AEW's way. AEW is just fire. You know, they just keep it going. You got everybody
like just a giant fire? Just
just a big fireball.
The whole time?
Not quite the exploding ring fire, but you know.
not quite, you know.
But I grew up with basically like Mick Foley and death matches and ECW. I did see ECW growing up and only got to see them live once. Sabu and all them just blew my mind seeing live for the first time. I don't feel like you get that from WWE. You do get that from AEW. Like that excitement of what is this match going to be? Because there's so many different styles. Swerve is another one that I'm just huge on right now.
Swerve, of course.
Yeah, I mean, I've loved him, you know, since he was in, I think I saw him in Major League Wrestling for the first time. And then once I saw him there, I've just been fascinated with that guy. I don't know if there's any style of wrestling he can't do. I've seen him do hardcore, you know, high flying, your more basic traditional and stuff. But RJ, why are you wrestling now?
No. You out of your mind? Did you not hear that I got paid more to not wrestle?
Exactly.
You don't
I
miss
remembered that one.
Do I miss it in the sense of like I watch AEW and I go, it's a good thing I'm not wrestling here.
Oh well, yeah.
You know, we already like that's the other thing. It's like we already have the best wrestlers. We're the best wrestler. I by definition, I should not be wrestling there. You know what I'm saying?
So what I'm getting at is you're not the best wrestler.
You pieced that together. I'm proud of you.
I rolled around. I did some chain in my time, but I think I can do much more damage on society this way.
Oh, but well, your interviews are great, and the mill in the match. I like that because I like dinner in a movie, and I like that you get to do the mill in the match and stuff. You know, so that's good stuff.
Thank you.
Well, up all night, everything like that. It feels like a good transition step. Now it's actually watching matches.
I tried to get Up All Night rebooted while I was at WWE.
Oh, really?
Because they were doing USA stuff. And I said, what if we did Up All Night and just did bookended wrestling matches with stupid things?
It's rebooting in February.
Well, yes, I know. I got once again ahead of my time. Came up with Meal in a Match before they rebooted Dinner in a Movie, too. What else is new? Oh, I'm ahead of the curve. Oh, I fucked myself because people are 5 years late. Put that on my tombstone.
There you go.
I have to say, I would prefer you over Pie Fucker for Dinner in a Movie. Let's be honest.
Thank you.
There's no telling what he's doing to the desserts.
No, there is no telling. And I would at least.
Oh my God, what a good point.
Yeah. treat it with some kind of dignity.
Yes. RJ would just be in his underwear. It'd be fine.
There you go. I mean, that's what you need to watch, right?
Very intellectual.
Yeah, I'm sorry we got such highbrow
This is such a smart
conversation.
show right here.
Have I set the bar enough for you guys? What is going on next week? Who is your guest next week?
Don't know.
Next week is no one on the Monday. So
No one. No one. So that's an incredible get right there. As you can see, we are firing all cylinders.
Actually, Greg, I do have someone. It will be most likely David Avalon from the Elvira comics.
Oh, okay.
That's so completely different from wrestling. We'll be going to comics next week.
It'll most likely be.
Well, he said so. I just got to confirm it with him.
Right. No rush, Dan.
I'll tell you that.
Speaking of this, because George Animal still was the ever up on the night, but we missed a movie.
Ed Wood.
Ed Wood. He played Vord. What's his name?
Oh, yeah.
Ford Johnson or whatever his name was. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, look who we got in the chat. It's Rhonda.
Aww.
Rhonda's
Hi, Rhonda.
The boss
Rhonda
lady.
can come to whatever AEW show she wants. We're happy to have her. She can do whatever she wants.
You need to get her down there with Darcy and watch a good wrestling match. That'd be awesome.
Come with me anytime, Rhonda.
Darcy.
And she missed the intro.
Yeah.
She said we're doing a good job. She must have missed it first.
On the way to the office.
Very much.
Darcy has a habit of writing very impassioned things on herself when she comes to the AEW shows.
I do. Okay. It started because I used to have the signs like everyone, but I would not want to hold it because I'd be blocking people. So I just figured,
Right.
And take the eyes off the match.
I don't block you with view. So
It's a great billboard. Let's say that.
I have things to express.
And they can't take the sign down. They can't say put that away. Right?
No. I mean, who would want to?
When I went to WrestleMania with the sign and they tried to censor my sign.
What?
They're like, you have to zip up. I'm like, do I? I don't think so. It said just enjoy wrestling. And they were trying to make me cover that up.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
No one needs to enjoy wrestling. I agree with you.
I mean, that's a good point, I guess.
So, Darcy, my question is, when are you coming back?
To a show?
Yes.
Oh, I don't really know ahead of time. Maybe the one after this week.
Are you doing Hammerstein?
I think I am, yeah.
We're doing 3 shows at Hammerstein.
I know.
Do you have any ideas? How do you explain to me the sign writing process? Do you have a list of possible ones that you consult?
Sometimes when I think of things, I'm like, oh, that'll be good for next time. But then also it depends like what I'm wearing. I have to have space,
Right.
And then it's also who I'm supporting that day. There's a lot of thought behind it, let me tell you.
Yeah. She's not a big fan of Claudio.
I am not. Oh my gosh, remember I did one in your honor, or it said Norman Fell is all week.
Right.
That caused a lot of confusion for people.
Think of Norman Fell, you think of me. She could have just written hey, or she could have written my name to give me some exposure. But no, she paid tribute to the corpse of Norman Fell.
Okay. You were the first guest on my podcast. The awesome.
And look at how well that's going.
Okay, fine. But you mentioned you made some kind of joke, so I follow through with the joke.
Yeah.
And honor Norman Fell and you.
Yeah, thank you.
There you go.
It's very sweet.
It's always nice to see what you write on them for real though, when you post them and just what is she posting there tonight? What's she wearing there tonight?
Help me if it's just me. I'm just okay, I'm writing a 1 or something.
and soon enough it'll be simulcasted.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Maybe you could write HBO related. Maybe you could write Larry Sanders or something. I love Arliss.
Tales from the Crypt.
Tales from the Crypt I will do.
HBO.
I feel like they're on my wavelength.
Yeah.
They get me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, wow. Oh, look at this. There was a WCW episode of Arliss.
Was there?
Yeah, and Tony Schiavone's in it. And Robert Wool as Arliss did commentary on Nitro.
Go figure.
You know stuff.
Wow.
Got a lot of time on my hands.
He's looking up wrestlers and TV shows and movies real quick.
Yeah.
No.
I don't think if any wrestlers were on Tales from the Crypt. I don't think so.
What? I don't know.
There was a wrestler. I don't know. On Tales from the Dark Side. What was that?
Oh yeah, that one.
Oh my god.
No. Not Tales from the Crypt. There was another one.
Yeah, Tales from Dark Side is
Tales from the Dark Side. Vic Tayback is in the episode, and some wrestler who did a lot of film work but wasn't very popular, and then he wrestled someone from hell. That was like the premise there.
Nice.
You know when you wrestle someone from hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For your life.
Yes.
Well, we've been going here about 40 minutes. If you guys want to go ahead and close it down, any final words you guys have on wrestling?
Go ahead and close it down.
I'm new. Okay, I'm a little slow.
We need a good sign off. We say Namaste EW.
Yeah, Namaste EW. There you go.
It's the least peaceful working environment. Every Wednesday, we're under some kind of threat. There's shit going on in the parking lot. There's people fighting backstage.
Yes.
People are getting injured. People are getting brutalized. And you want a Namaste EW.
Yes.
RVD was also in X-Files, it says here. And
Yes,
I think he was in a movie called Blood Moon or something like that back in the day, too.
And he was on an episode of City Guys.
Oh, never heard of that one.
No, they tried to make like the inner city Saved by the Bell.
I've never seen that
Yeah.
one.
Never seen
I
that.
do remember that.
Yeah. Right.
I know RVD and Batista were in a movie together. I
Yes.
believe it's called House of the Rising Sun, maybe, if I remember correctly.
It's a House of a Rising something. Something.
Yeah.
works.
Yeah.
Batista was in that movie RZA directed, that Kung Fu movie. I don't
Oh,
know
yeah.
the
The
name
Man
of
with
it.
the Golden Fist or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
You guys are really good at like kind of giving information.
Kind of. We're similar there. Like we can get in the area of
I'm
like
simple.
2 states over from it, maybe.
Right.
And
Like you do things where I go, that'll be interesting to look up and get the answer to later.
yeah,
You know?
yeah. We like to have our crowd interact. you
Right.
know.
Right.
Yeah.
We're about to
Like-
show and shit over the knowledge.
City Guys. I had a coworker who loved City Guys.
See?
So.
And the principal was also the mail lady in PBS's Ghostwriter.
Ooh.
Yeah.
They
Very
used to make us watch that in school.
Didn't
it was
the,
very intelligent.
Yeah.
Didn't the WB when it started have a wrestling show sitcom?
Oh, yeah.
When
Yeah,
it
they
first
did.
You're
started?
thinking of Nikki.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes. Which had a bunch of wrestlers in it. And also had Toby Huff in it,
Mm-hmm.
who you may remember as Artie, the strongest man in the world from Pete and Pete.
Yep.
And he was also the Wiz on Seinfeld.
Yep. Yeah.
Wow. See, you're good at this. See, all I had to do was kind of tee it up, and you
Kinda-
finished it. See, kind of
Right.
just
That's why he
kinda-
gets paid big
Yeah.
bucks to do what he does.
You're-
And that's why we don't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dan's strength is creating the void
Yes,
for me to fill with information.
yes.
Yeah.
I create voids. That's a good thing. Yeah.
Star from Mexico,
Yeah.
El Santo. Yes.
Very
Yeah.
good point.
Yes.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Steve Austin was also on Nash Bridges like multiple times. So,
Oh, they love the shit out of Nash Bridges. What were we doing as a society? There were all those shows, like the Attitude Era, most of it's unwatchable now. And there's also like Silk Stockings, Pacific Blue, Nikita, Nash Bridges. None of them have aged well. It's not like the way people love the Golden Girls now. I don't go to a tourist shop and see a Nash Bridges coffee mug. You know what I mean?
Speaking of silk stockings, Rhonda Shear was in on an episode of Silk
yes,
Stockings.
yes.
Look at this,
They
maybe.
were like, "Oh, silk stockings talk."
Yeah. Dan's one
me
piece
more.
of hard
one.
information.
The
Yep.
one good
Got
piece
one
of
thing.
information.
It's all been worth it.
I
haven't
remember
watched-
people looking at silk stockings next signs.
There you go. I haven't
Red
watched
Shoe
those shows
Diaries?
in years. I remember staying up late, like after rolling off, watching those type of shows back in the day when I was a kid, thinking I was going to see something. I really never saw nothing.
It was so hot for some reason. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
maybe this time they'll forget they can't show boobs.
exactly.
You never know.
I think Up All Night kept a lot of viewers for that as well.
What was
Yeah.
wrong with us? Like,
Exactly.
this is the moment.
It'll be this
Maybe
one.
they
This next
won't blur
commercial
it this
break.
time.
Right. There's a
And
certain
Rhonda herself.
They just edited
Yeah.
everything out of this film, but yes, Rhonda's going to no.
I know they're gonna forget one part.
certain
Couple times. I
certain
think I saw
merges-
Monster Vision something slip, kind of slept under the radar there.
No way.
Yeah, one nip one time. I do remember that.
No way.
I was watching
I love
Antique Rogue Show, and just the guy, his whole cock.
Just flipped it out right
He
there.
said, "Do you
How
have
much
any-"
is it worth?
Exactly. Yeah.
It's an antique. He's 70 years old.
Right.
So-
He said at the right auction, 15 grand.
At the
And they
wrong
went,
auction.
they did that
that old lady
scroll.
was rubbing it,
Yeah.
going,
Yeah.
Wow, this is good content.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought
Yeah.
that's where the
Who would have
conversation
thought
would go?
when you go into something without any sort of plan?
Was it
Was
Joe
it Joe
Bob?
Ball's nip?
Joe
Nope.
Bob did show his nips. He got away
Yeah,
with it.
not that time though. Yep.
Yeah.
He used to
If you
wear
go back and find a classic Monster Vision, there is one that showed it. It slipped through.
Now, see, Darcy's in charge of that. She,
I'm gonna-
you know,
So yeah, so not on the Monster Vision segments. I would know that shit. Maybe in the movie, but
Yeah, in the movie, not in the segments. No,
Nice.
not in the
Joe
segments. But it
There's
got through the
one
censors one time on Monster Vision. I'm trying to remember the movie, but
I
I'll
love
have
that
it
we
wrote
started
down.
with a nip slip from like 30 years ago. It's that memorable.
How
But
is
JB
Joe
could
Bob?
wear the vest with nothing under it and show off his like nipples and stuff.
How is he with his own personal body? Like, does he ever see him
He's
wear shorts?
jacked.
Does he wear shorts?
I wonder if he would like me telling his whole story.
He has a shorts story.
I do actually. Okay. Whatever. You get what you get. He had polio growing up. So he actually had a lot of problems with his legs and was really self-conscious and made fun of for his legs. So for the longest time, he never wore shorts. So now he's gotten to the point where he wears shorts. He wears them on the show and like doesn't give a fuck and shows off. Because even now, like one is much skinnier than the other. And sometimes people pick on him about that. And it used to really bother him. And now he gives no fucks, which is awesome. Like you might have seen like the Nosferatu episode. We close up showing off his sexy legs. So
yeah,
I'm very proud of him for that. So yes, he had a short story.
that's cool.
I
That's
can't
cool.
believe there's an actual short story. Look at this.
And it
RJ,
was
do
a
you
short
have a short story?
Greg, Dan, do you see how I pulled information out of people?
Good
Do you
job.
see how I
Yeah.
asked a question that led into a story?
I
totally
saw it,
missed
but I do not
totally missed it.
understand.
Hey, I've done a lot of interviews. Just
I have
nothing on like this. So
This is my first time live on anything, so
Oh,
You're
wow.
Really? Oh, you're
Yeah.
doing great.
yeah, this
Yeah.
is first live. I've done lots
Well,
of live.
I was a pro wrestler. I did mud shows though.
Shut
You
up.
did?
Yeah.
What did
Tell
you do?
us
What
about
is the name?
I
Let me
wrestled
look it
in
up.
Asheville, like various places, South Carolina, for all what was that, All American Championship Wrestling, Jay Eagle down there, and different places like that. Done it for about 4 years until a friend got an injury when I was wrestling him. I done an Alabama Slammer, and in the ring there was a bolt about this big holding down some plywood. So hit his head, had to go in there and cut his skin back, drill into his skull, pull all that blood out of there. After that, we went to mixed martial arts,
There you go.
which is where I got my teeth knocked out. I was safer in wrestling.
I was never in wrestling, so I can't say that.
Yeah, I was a little guy, as you can tell, and they called me Hate Killmore. So I'd come out there and act like I was a badass.
What was the genesis of that name?
They just gave it to me, and I ran with it. I was like, all right, I'll start flexing on people, and I would, and I'd go out there, and I had this big old fluffy hairdo, and I just kind of flex, and that hair would just kind of shift. I created a couple of moves, though. I saw Jimmy Yang try it one time, and with Amazing Red, and he kept his arm out. That's why I couldn't no speed on it. But yeah, I can send you a clip one day.
Nice.
This would be
nice.
cool.
Actually, it's on YouTube somewhere. You plug in Hate Killmore getting his ass whooped, you'll probably find it.
In his ass.
That's awesome, actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
So other than that, this is my first time live on anything.
Yeah.
Well, I'm proud of you for doing it.
Oh, I only done it because of you, RJ and Darcy.
Yeah, the guests.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I figured y'all could fill in the gaps, and I would just have to, sit back.
Well, next week you might be on
Worked pretty
your
well
own.
though, RJ. It worked pretty well.
I've never had a guest school me in interviewing like RJ has, so I do appreciate that. I mean, I've talked to Charles Band, I've talked to Adam Green, some other people, here and there. So RJ has schooled me in this knowledge of hosting.
Oh, I warned him. I warned him. I was like, we're literally about to interview someone that does this for a living and is very damn good at it.
Yeah, I run a tight ship.
Like, to me, I feel like you're the Jiminy Glick of professional wrestling.
Okay, I was gonna say Charles Grodin.
Nice,
nice. And everyone went
like that.
After I said that, everyone.
I know Charles Grodin.
I guess he is. But I'll take it. That's fine.
Was he in Clifford?
He was in Clifford, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And he was in Midnight Run. Yes.
But
wonderful movie.
Yes.
Muppet,
And
right?
Beethoven, where he played the exact same role he played in Clifford.
Yes.
He was in the
The
Muppet.
dad.
He's the bad guy with Miss Piggy, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Well done, Darcy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All
That's
right.
why we have guests. Fill the void.
That's why, yes, fill the dead air when we're stupid. But I do appreciate you, RJ. I do appreciate you, Darcy.
RJ's waiting like.
Yeah, he's what. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for coming on the show here today. Thank you, Dan, for hosting with me and being guests. Yes, thank you for being guests. Thank you, everybody out there in the chat, everybody that was watching. Appreciate all of you guys. Make sure you guys hit that like, subscribe, and share the video out and tell your friends about it and tell them you had a good time here. And we'll see you guys on the next one if there ever will be a next one. So
it's not going to get better, but there will be a next one.
Yes, and we'll see you guys.
It will get worse.
It will get worse before it gets better. See you guys later. Bye.